in Sundance, Utah at the Sundance Resort for the Credit Suisse Private Banking USA Entrepreneur Summit. We're obviously here with Mark Cuban, the founder of Broadcast.com, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, and a co-founder of HDNet.
Yep.
Let's talk about Broadcast.com first. What was the genesis there? How did you get it to scale so effectively?
Well, my partner, Todd Wagner, came to me. We both went to Indiana University. And back then, if there was a basketball game we wanted to watch or listen to, if it wasn't on national broadcast television, you were just out of luck. And so he said, you know what, with the internet happening, this is 1995, you're a geek, there's got to be a way you can figure out for us to listen to games other than literally having somebody hold up a radio to a speakerphone that was living in Indiana. So I geeked out, bought a computer, put together an ISDN line, and we started a company called AudioNet. Went around to radio stations, colleges, and said, look, you know, we're a chance for all your listeners and fans to hear games and hear shows around the world. And we had no idea what would happen. Literally, we started with $3,000 and put up the site, and we just hustled. And 2 weeks later, the site was crashing from too much traffic, and we were getting emails 24 hours a day, people listening around the world, and we knew we had something. And then from there, we turned it into Broadcast.com by adding video. From there, we grew to, you know, we basically started streaming. All the audio and video streaming business grew it so that we were the largest multimedia destination on the site. We were doing user-generated uploads, everything, and then went public, then sold it to Yahoo. And so we kept on growing until Yahoo got a hold of it.
That was obviously probably a great learning time for you.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the successes and failures that you experienced.
Oh my goodness, there's so many. I'll be cliche-ish and say that, you know, there is no failure. You just learn from it. But, you know, you just have to put in the time. I think what I learned most is that everybody's got will and everybody's got dreams and everybody's got aspirations, but it's only the people that really put in the time that get there. And I think I learned most that despite any setbacks, that if I just keep on grinding, I keep on working, that I usually can outwork people. And then, you know, I also learned that no matter how many times you fail, it really doesn't matter. All it takes is one hit, and then everybody can call you an overnight success.
So now you owner of the Dallas Mavericks, a little bit different venture than some of the stuff you've done in the past. How is that different and unique?
Oh, it's completely different. You know, when I bought the Mavericks, it's been 12 years now, I actually thought I owned the Mavericks. In the reality, even though I write the checks, it's the community, all of North Texas, that owns the Mavs. When you win, everybody's in a good mood. When you lose, everybody, you know, is down, and there's just no other business like it. And in terms of the emotions attached to it and the fanaticism, you know, if Dell Computer, if somebody has a bad quarter, HP has a bad quarter, you know, maybe some shareholders are upset a little bit, but there's not 1,000 blogs, you know, saying fire the bum. Yeah, right. You know, in the sports world, there's always, you know, 100 blogs that need to write something every day. There's the newspapers. There's the sports talk radio stations that have to talk about you every day.
There are so many things that go into running a business, not the least of which is having the right people.
Right.
What do you look for in people? How do you build the right team?
You know, the first thing I always look for when I start a company is somebody who's nothing like me. You know, I mean, I'm nasty enough. I need to get somebody right. I tend to be a ready, fire, aim, and I try to look for people who are the exact opposite.
As an entrepreneur, what are you looking for down the road? What are areas that interest you?
Everything always interests me. You know, I'm lucky because I really enjoy reading about technology. I'm one of those sick groups of individuals that will read manuals and, you know, and go to tech websites and just troll through it and actually read. But, you know, I love technology because it's always changing. And whenever you're in an industry that's changing, it also means that everybody's got equal footing and everybody's got that equal opportunity. So it's me against all the 12-year-olds, you know, working on their phones, trying to create the next Facebook, Twitter, whatever comes next. And so I like that challenge. In terms of the next big thing, I really think it's going to be personalized medicine.
Mark, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure, Joe. Thank you.
There's a lot of ways to describe Mark Cuban. Let's just stick with
Cold.
owner of the cold and owner of the world champion Dallas Mavericks.